Well, hi, welcome to La Casita del Terror. Thank you very much for joining this Zoom interview and to letting us screen your film, I Am a Ghost. I wanted to ask you both, um, first, why a horror film? I know, H, that your filmography is very like eclectic. And Anna, how were you involved in this project?
I basically am always trying to either do a musical or a horror film.
Uh-huh.
And even if you were to give me a script that was a family drama, I'll try to find a way to put horror into it or music. Anna, do you remember like how I contacted you?
I was it Facebook Messenger?
It was Facebook Messenger.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you took me out. We went to Burgers, and you were telling me about the movie. And in the middle of it, I said, "I'm so sorry. Do you want me to do this? I'm not sure." And he said, yes, I want you to do this. I said, "Okay, just I wasn't sure."
And I felt like you, Anna, you carry like the whole film on your back, and it's like a really strong performance.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How was that experience? And mostly the first part of the film that has mostly no dialogue, like it's like a physical performance. Was there a lot of rehearsal? How did you work together?
Well, I might have been the only person you see on the screen, but it was this wonderful little molecule of humans. And then me and HP were like this, and I didn't know him very well. And I would say the experience of it is really credited a lot to me not knowing any better. I've never done film. I had never done film. And I didn't understand what I was reading. And I was in a very, very brave place in terms of art making. I was really looking for new experiences and trusting that whatever came my way was meant for me. And I really felt fortunate about it.
One of our first conversations, I think it was over burgers, was Anna talking about how she was worried, it's her first film. And she was like, "You're sure this is what you want for me? Are you sure you want to work with me?"
Mhm.
And I kind of took advantage of the fact that she hadn't worked on a film before, because I thought, well, good, because maybe we shouldn't treat it like a normal film. So I'll never forget the first read through. Normally a read through, especially for an independent film, you just sit in a stark room and you just read the lines dryly, right? And I think for this, I was like, no, so much of this is so visual. So I kind of put together like a little visual presentation with some music, using like film scores and like really creepy visuals, like old photography of ghosts, and just to get us all in the mood while we're watching it in my living room. And and from there, I was like, you know what? I think we can handle this a little bit differently. Like the whole crew was five people.
H, you're like mostly the whole crew of the film. You shot it, you directed it, you made the music. What was your favorite part specifically on this film?
For I Am a Ghost, my favorite part of the process was the actual shoot itself. Because one, I'm proud of the fact that we weren't one of those indies that's like, oh yeah, we didn't pay anyone. No, everybody was paid, and we were all paid like literal independent film rates. We just had so few people, and we only shot for 7 days.
The scenes that I felt like more interesting are the ones with the medium. For me it was like a really interesting approach because they felt like therapy sessions. And also I was wondering about the performance. How is it acting with a voice, with a non-present actress?
Jeannie Baroga, who was Sylvia, was on set for one day, and she read the script with me. And there were times where I was in the mirror and I would hit my head and I'd be like this, and she'd be like right here at my feet, and I'd say like, and I'd say like, actually, could you move? And she would move. But she was my scene partner in terms of actually doing it.
The first part of the film that deals with repetition and this character like wandering around this house has like kind of a Kubrick style, the way it's shot, and it feels like a dollhouse. What can you tell us about that age?
Well, the first part with no dialogue, it's that part is split into two as well. You have the more kind of Kubrick-y, static, dollhouse, wide angle. It's like if Wes Anderson and Stanley Kubrick had a baby, right? And then it repeats, and
Perspective.
suddenly, exactly, suddenly we're really close up. We're uncomfortably close now. We're looking at details. We're seeing, like we're seeing the pictures of the two sailors that she's picking up out of the drawer, which you couldn't see the first time. So you're just seeing memories getting progressively longer and longer. And the way I like to describe it is I feel like at least so far with all the films that I've made, I'm trying to make art films that will reward you if you don't watch art films, right? And I would like to think that I make really entertaining films for people who only watch art films.
The film starts like a really experimental way, in a really experimental way. Then it becomes like a more like a traditional narrative. And then it becomes really scary at the end. I wanted to talk also about the house, which I felt like is like one of the characters of the film.
We actually had to shoot in several locations. So the exterior of the house is in Ellsworth, Maine. So it's like 3,000 miles from here. And then a lot of the house was shot at a bed and breakfast in my neighborhood, just a few blocks away.
It's a movie like you dive into it. It feels like a dream.
It's very immersive. I mean, just speaking to what you just said, Francisco, when I forgot I was watching myself when I first saw the film. So you say that it's a very immersive film. I totally agree with you. I remember having the thought, maybe 15 minutes into the film, I just had this thought thinking, what's wrong with her? And then I realized, oh, okay. This is a good movie. And and afterwards I'm like, this is really well done. Like, this is gonna be good. This is good. This is gonna be good.
I want to know your favorite films. What are your favorite films or favorite filmmakers?
I don't know if I have a favorite, but my top 3 are probably The Secret Garden, Mad Max, Fury Road. And probably between Naushka and Castle in the Sky.
I have one that's kind of obvious, and I used to be embarrassed to say it, but I'm just going to say it now because it really informed so much of the decisions that I make every time I make a movie. And it's so obvious. It's Citizen Kane. But if I were to pick another one right now, I'd say Akira by Katsuhiro Otomo.
Well,
nice.
The last question. Do you believe in ghosts and the supernatural? What are your thoughts on that?
I believe in ghosts enough to say I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you.
Don't bother me.
I don't want to see you. I don't want to feel you. Like, just, I don't want anything to do with you.
I believe in the supernatural enough to believe things that don't fit with each other. You know what I mean? Like, I want to believe that maybe there is an afterlife, but I also believe in the other theories that say that there can't possibly be an afterlife, right? Because those are also fascinating. Like the idea that maybe we are just like hauntings are just impressions in time.
Thank you very, very, very much.
Thank you.
Having this wonderful chat.
Thank you for watching, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Saludos desde Argentina. Nos vemos y gracias.